How many of you like networking? Who likes networking? Not really, okay. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, networking is sucky. I mean, having to talk to all these people it's really hard, and also doing it while looking for a job is just really stressful and really hard. But the thing is that if you do it right and you do it well, it'll suck less and actually be really fun. So today, my goal today, well, our goals today is to one, like if you have a good structure, yeah, I know. Imagine talking to a person is terrifying. Um, okay, so the goals today, getting back to it, is well, what we're going to do is we're going to create a nice infrastructure. We're going to create a personal brand for you so that so you have an essence and you have something to talk about and something to stand up. And we're also going to teach you how to network for your job search and throughout the career and do it effectively and do it a little bit more manageably. And then also we'll provide the mindset, the process, the system to build your network and to develop your personal brand. So really what it's going to be is we're going to first talk about if we go to the next, okay, so here what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what networking is, what branding is, right? We're going to talk about networking, building your brand, right? And then we're going to start with building your digital brand through LinkedIn, right? And then when you meet someone in person, what to do for live meetings. And then we're going to get it together, create a strategy for you, a branding and networking strategy that you can use. And then we'll have a Q&A. How does that sound?
Great.
Awesome. Okay, let's get started. The first part is networking and branding. Okay, so how many people think about networking as just knowing as many people as possible? Like this, like basically like a network is in like a web. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're basically, that's what we grew up talking about, knowing, talk to as many people as possible, getting in front of as many people as possible. We talk about quantity, right? But in reality, it's really about quality. So networking really works. Networking is like a circle, and it's about building relationships over time. So what you do is when you have a networking partner or a target, the two of you find a way to help each other grow. So you can provide advice and referrals, and they can provide advice and referrals and connections and opportunities. So, because here's the thing, everyone knows something that you don't, or you know something that other people don't. And even if you're a recent grad, there's a lot that your target can learn from you too. So really it's about a mutual growth. And we're going to talk about that. And this is the most effective networking. So don't think about it as quantity, think about it as quality relationships. Building quality relationships with with people you meet, people you know, because in the end, that is how you're going to grow. Question so far? Okay. So, networking. So, I want you to remember networking as I don't like reading off the screen, but I will in this case. The deliberate process of exchanging information, resources, support, and access in such a way as to create mutually beneficial relationships for personal and professional success. So that's what it is. It's creating mutually beneficial relationships. It's not about, I know this person and this person. It's about creating these relationships that are based on, that where you can exchange information. So in this case, so it's based on two things. In order to create these strong relationships, you need to have character and you need to have competence. Character is basically being a decent human being. right? It's about being your authentic self. It's about respecting time. It's about being grateful for people's time. It's about treating everyone you meet equally, from a CEO all the way down to whoever. You treat everyone equally because you don't know, because life is long. And no matter what, you speak positively about anybody. So it's basically just being a decent human being. Competence is showing, being able to show your expertise in a subject and going above and beyond and really wowing someone on your knowledge, like doing things right and doing things consistently and being thoughtful and just showing your competence, not telling your competence, but showing your competence by teaching people things or training people with things or just, you know, that sort of stuff. Paying attention. Just it's like actions speak louder than words. And and you build relationships based on your actions rather than what you say. So it's really about being your authentic self, and that's how you build mutually beneficial relationships. So, in the end, the goal of networking is basically increasing engagement through trust building. So, you can't expect to be, like you can't expect someone to be your ally or your advocate. So, you have to work at building that relationship, and it takes lots of different steps. So, you start from an associate, like two people just knowing each other, to an ally. And it's this process is furthered along by character and competence and helping people out throughout your career. Because good relationships take a lot of time to build. So remember that. Next. Okay. So when you brand yourself, this is going to be really important. So your brand is your essence. Your brand is what people know you by. Um, have any of you heard of the store called Lidl or been to a Lidl? Okay. When you think of a Lidl, right? When you think of Lidl, what pops into your brain? Yes, saving money. That is true. Everything there is cheap. Yes, and good quality. Anybody think about that bakery? Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like that's what they want you to think about. They want you to think cheap but good quality. Cheap, good quality, and fresh. So when you think of Lidl, that's what you think about. And when you want, like, the end goal is to have your brand, your consistent brand, think people, organizations of all levels, no matter who they are, thinking of you as a brand. So since as a job, searching for jobs or, out on the job market, if you came to my last, session, you learned that I turn job seekers into problem solvers because remember, organizations are created to solve problems. Employees are hired by organizations to solve problems. And your job and when you apply for jobs, all of those materials have to do with problem solving. So in the end, if you want to get a job and to network successfully, brand yourself as a problem solver and in do it consistently, do it well, and do it authentically. So basically what we're going to do in this session today is to brand yourself as what we're going to do is teach you how to brand yourself as a problem solver in both the virtual and in the real worlds. So that is what we're going to do through this. Okay. Because remember, no matter your industry profession, no matter what, we like whether you're an engineer or you're a baker or you operate, like, or you are a clerk or whatever you do, we all do the same thing. We anticipate, identify, prevent, and solve problems. In the end, because for organizations, the goal is to increase profits. And they do that in a couple of ways: increasing revenues, how much the company makes, reducing costs, making it more efficient, and basically optimizing, streamlining production, just finding ways to make to increase net profit.